No, it is, without going into sort of excruciating detail, it is.
We'll take the detail.
It is quite complex. So we do analyze behavior and match accordingly.
You can't say anymore.
No.
This person is none other than Robert Sumlin. He is the art director, confirming us that the game, quote-unquote, analyze our behavior and match us accordingly. The people saying that his words are worth nothing. Guys, don't you think that this guy has colleagues inside the studio where he's working, that he cannot talk to anyone, that he cannot talk to the people actually in charge of that part, which is the matchmaking part? Anyways, we were right, guys. They do analyze our behavior while playing, which was pretty obvious to me, which was pretty obvious to all the people that have tried it that do not PvP at all. From the comments I got in the last video, the people not doing any PvP were pretty chill in their lobbies, which makes sense. He does not provide more details on which parameters the game uses to match their players, and he also says that it is quite complex, which I do not believe. I do think it's a bait, because this has to be some sort of basic matchmaking. Why is that? Because it is really easy to trick it. It's really fast to trick it and be able to go into PvE lobbies and PvP lobby again. Also, I want to mention that me saying PvE lobbies, I know this is not a thing. PvP is still here. This is my way to call a chill lobby. Because what are people doing when just chilling on the game? They're just basically killing arcs and looting and helping each other. This is why I'm talking about PvE lobbies. That's all they do. Again, the people saying, but I'm still getting killed. Okay, but out of 30 games, bro, of course you're going to get shot at. There's no way you're not going to get any PvP in your games. Of course, one of 45 games you'll get killed maybe twice, which is nothing compared to someone going to PvP all day. That's literally nothing. So what we know for sure is that they're using damage dealt to Raider. Thing is, I think something is important. When we're talking about damage dealt to Raider, I do think it's damage dealt to Raider on a certain period of time. Let me explain. So when we're talking about damage dealt to Raider, I do think the length of the match is really important. Why is that? Otherwise we will be able to abuse it pretty easily. And how, you may ask? Just by bringing a Raider HQ with us and getting out within 30 to a minute per raid. So I do think that not dealing any damage on a longer period of time do help on tricking the matchmaking, which make perfect sense. Now that we know that damage dealt to Raider is pretty important, what are all the other parameters that the game might use for its matchmaking? And I've done some research on what a game could track pretty easily, that could also work with arc raiders. Performing helpful actions to other raiders could be a huge factor onto having more friendly lobbies. These actions can be stabilizing someone on the ground, healing them, using a defib, giving them items, and helping them with arcs. Since the game gives us a good recap at the end screen of a raid with all details about damage, I won't be surprised if the game takes notes of us helping destroying a arc dealing damage to another player. Communication is also something the game might use, since the majority of the games out there use this data as well to match their players, and to me Arc Raiders is no exception. You have these voice lines that the game makes available to you, which is why I've been using them in my last video. So basically using the voice line to greet people asking for a team up or saying don't shoot does play a role into having more friendly lobbies. Now, for the PvP aspect of the matchmaking, what the game can keep track of seems pretty obvious, but it can keep track of your KD ratio, your extract and loss ratio, how good you are at aiming. The game probably has a hidden percentage-based stat for each weapon to determine whether you're accurate or not. I've been also told that looting a dead body might play a role. From my experience, I can't tell if this is true because I've always been looting dead bodies even if I was in my PvE friendly lobbies. So for me, looting a dead body had no effects on my next raid whatsoever. And the reason behind this might be because you're not the one who dealt the damage to the raider you're looting. Or maybe you need to loot a considerable amount of bodies for the game to flag you as aggressive. Apparently, the vote you give to the surveys that pops at the end of a raid can also put you in a more or less aggressive lobby. And I won't say anything about this one because before the patch the surveys were popping at the end of every raids, So now I'm just skipping them. And I genuinely think that these last two factors are the one that has less effect on the matchmaking, close to no impact at all. I think I went through all the important points and won't do another video about this subject again. This is how the first video should have been, but it was more of an in the heat of the moment video than anything else, because I was tired of the people not believing me. So if you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like, this helped a ton, and check the description. I'm live almost every day on Twitch.